Hello. Alright, so let's get started. First of all, in order to test our web application, we need to install IIS. A lot of people, they're having a problem with setting up an IIS. So I have already IIS installed on my system. But if you're a new user, you don't have or you don't know IIS, I will show you something. When you go to my PC or my computer, go on to your local C drive, you will not see inetpub folder. This folder appears after you install IIS. If you have this already, if you probably already set up IIS on your machine, so you will see the inetpub folder and wwwroot folder. Anyways, so let's get started. We're using a Windows 10 over here, so we'll go to settings and system. If you're using Windows 7, you'll go to start menu and the control panel, and you will see over there programs and features. In Windows 10, we're gonna click on apps and features, and we're gonna come all the way to the bottom, and we'll click on the programs and features. Let me just close this. On the left top, you will see turn Windows features on or off. Click on this. Let me minimize this so I can just show you. Alright, when you click, when this turn Windows feature on and off option come, you will see this Internet Information Services. If you're a first time user, you will not see this selected, or you will see like unselected like this. So go ahead and select this, and I will open all the options, so check carefully. Whatever the required option, just click check. So I'm just opening all the options, so just select, check the options what is required. Okay, and this is the last on the security. So just go ahead and check whatever the required option we need. After you select everything, then just click OK. If you're a Windows 7 user, your option will be looking like this. So I recommend you to pause a video, select appropriate options, and then click OK. So when you click OK, it will install the IIS in your system. Okay. After you install IIS system on your system, just click on my computer, go to local hard drive, and then you will see inetpub folder. Under inetpub folder, you will see wwwroot folder. This is the folder where we're gonna save our web application in order to test on a web server. IIS, the reason why we install IIS, again, like, because we wanna check our web application whether it's working fine or not. Usually there are two types of server. One is a FTP server, where you buy hosting services from companies, and then you upload your files over there in order to get your domain, like www.yourcompany.com. But in this case, we have our machine, a local computer, so we make our local computer our local hosting system. So let's get going. There are a couple of more options I just want to discuss with you. A lot of people might have a problem with the connection with the database, or the connection, like sometimes the database doesn't show on the application. Right click on my computer, go to manage. You will see a service and application. Click on Internet Information Services. Again, this will appear after you install IIS. So you'll see IIS Manager. If you see over here, there's a IIS ASP. Just double click on this. By default, this enable parent path is by default as false. So just go ahead and make it true. After you make it true, just apply that. Okay. The second thing is application pool. Just check it out if you have all these integrated, classic, like, maybe sometime these are like changed as a classic, so just put it integrated and click OK. So after you check all this setting, then I don't think so you would have any other problem. Anyways, so let's close this. I hope everything is set it up for you. In order to check our application or make our application, we need two folders. The first folder, we need to make it on our C drive, inetpub, wwwroot. So we're gonna go ahead and make a new folder, and our folder name will be accounts. Okay, so we have a one folder account, and in account we're gonna make another folder which is going to be our database folder. Alright, this is one folder that we make. This is the folder where we're gonna upload our files, and another folder that I'm gonna make is on my desktop, and I'm gonna name it the same, accounts. Okay, so the reason why we have two folder, this folder where we're gonna build our site, we're gonna save our all the applications when we make application in our Dreamweaver. And sorry, someone called me. And what we're gonna do is once you install the IIS on your system, just go ahead and open a web browser and type http:// localhost. Once you click local, I don't have a file over here, but you should see IIS information services and everything like that. So what we're gonna do is, here we're gonna make our site, like we're gonna save our files over here. After that, we're gonna upload to our testing server, and over here we're gonna test our application. So once you've done this, it's time to make a database. So I'm just gonna minimize this. I'm using Microsoft Access 2010. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select our localhost folder, which is going to be in our C drive, inetpub, wwwroot, and accounts database. When I click OK, it gives me a permission option. Like it says, you don't have a permission to save in this location. Contact the administration to obtain permission. So we're just gonna say no, and we're gonna minimize this. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna open our wwwroot folder. On the accounts, I'm gonna click property, right click in property, come to security. It will say the permission on account is incorrect ordered. I said okay, and then go ahead and click on edit, just reorder. And if you see this IIS user, it doesn't have a full control. So we need to give it a full control in order to access a database, in order to connect database with Dreamweaver, in order to add, delete, or any modification on a database. So we're gonna go ahead and click allow, and then we'll just check the users also. We're gonna select allow, and everything is all fine. Don't worry about the creator owner or anything. Just go ahead and apply and click it OK. So click on accounts again, check with the database too, and I'm pretty sure we don't need to do anything else over here. So it's already get allowed, and we have already a full control. So once you have this, just click OK, and again minimize this. So let's create our database again. Okay, let's open this the same folder on inetpub, wwwroot, accounts, database, and then we'll name our database as accounts. Make sure one more thing, please do not select 2007 database or 2002 to whatever just select 2002 to 2003 format. The reason why we're looking for 2002 2003 because the adapter, the database adapter or the database connector that we're gonna use is only support .mdb database. If you save this as a 2007 format, it will give you your database name .acc.db. So please do not do that mistake. Be careful. Just make your database on 2002 to 2003 format and click OK. Once you have your database, click Create. Okay. So once you make your database, save this table as a testing TEST test table. Okay, and go to View. We're gonna just make test ID and test name. This is just for the testing purpose. There's nothing to do with this table, and like in future we're gonna just delete this and make a new tables. Alright, so save your database, close your database. So once you create the database, so let's open our www.root folder. Let's see if we have a database over here. Okay, and the another folder that we made is on our desktop. We're gonna make our site folder. Okay, so let's go ahead and open our Dreamweaver. The reason why it's showing this because I have another folder that I removed. So anyway, goes to manage site, or if you don't see this, go to a site and new site. We're gonna give our site name as Accounts. This is a local root folder that we made on our desktop, remember? Let's just name Accounts and go ahead and select. If you don't see the folder name over here, just write it down. Make sure the spellings are correct. Okay, then we need a testing server. The testing server folder, remember that the www.root folder that we have it in our C drive. So we're gonna select our ASPVB script and a local network. A local network, again, like we're gonna choose our the www.root folder that we create earlier when we were setting up the IIS. Go to my computer and go to C drive, inetpub, www.root. Remember the folder that we made earlier, Accounts, and select. Okay. If you don't see the folder here, just write it down manually. Make sure correct the spelling. And this is the URL where we're gonna testing our web applications. So just write down over here the folder name that we created over here. That's on the www.root. So, okay, Accounts / whatever the applications is going to be in this folder, you will see on your web browser. So this is a URL prefix that we're gonna use to test our web application. Press OK. So when you're done, you'll see it create a local file folder. This is the folder that we have it on our desktop. Okay, this is the one. And if you see on your right hand side, you will see expand window. When you click on that, it will give us a two option. The first option is a site folder, which is already we have it on our right hand side. We're gonna need over here a testing server folder. This is the folder that we need all the time, where we're gonna create our site here, and then we're gonna upload our folders on the testing server, and then we're gonna test it on our HTTP localhost area. Okay, so once we create our database on our root folder, we're gonna get file. When we press the get file, it will copy the database folder on our site folder, which is on the desktop. So when we close this, if you notice over here, before we didn't have any database or any folder over here, but now it copies the database folder. And also you can see now on our desktop site folder we have our database here. So this is done. So let's make our connection. In order to make a connection, just go ahead and right click on your local files folder and click on new file. Just double click and open the file, and you will see on your application panel you will see a database and plus sign. Click on the plus sign and make a custom strings. We're gonna name our connection name, which is account. You can name anything. I'm just like, you know, making the connection string. The connection string means like we need a driver or adapter in order to connect our Access database to a Dreamweaver. So I have this driver over here, which is a provider Microsoft.jet OLAB D4.0 data source. So where is I'm gonna define like where is my file or my this database located. See, if you save your database in 2007 or 2010, it will show you this ACC database, that what we don't need. So remove this, and we need MDB database. Anyways, all I'm gonna do is copy this and paste, and I'm gonna using a driver on my testing server, like, you know, we have, and it should be okay. So we got like connection was made successfully. We're gonna click OK. To check this our connection, there's a plus button. Click on this, see the table that we made earlier, the test table, and then it will show the fields that we create, the test ID and test name. So that means like we have connected our database properly. And so once everything is connected, what we're gonna do is we're gonna change this untitled name to as a default. So rename this as a default. The reason why we're putting it default because whatever the default application in this particular folder, it will show you as your home page. So we're gonna name it default DLT, or you can name it like index .asp, but make sure you have this .asp extension over there. So I'm gonna write it down here. This is my accounting web app. Alrighty, so just click it and make it bold a little bit, and I'm gonna save this. Okay, but I saved this in my a local folder, so I need to upload this on my testing server. So I'm gonna expand this video, the window, and over here I'm gonna open my testing folder, and I'm just gonna click on this on my default ASP and just upload or upload file. Once I upload it here, it appears on your www.root folder also. So we're gonna minimize this. We're gonna open our Internet Explorer or whatever the browser you are using right now. So we're gonna type http://localhost and our folder, which is accounts / and press enter. So when you press enter, you will see your web page appear over here. This is my accounting web app. So once we're done over here, so next we're gonna start